My name is Hank O'Shell. I live in Sugar Mills, Mrs. Lake. If the road that the terminus for University has been approved to be at Bernie, that was done before the baseball field was approved in that site? Well, yes. I don't know how many people drive by there. I cannot, under any circumstances, imagining a 4-lane road terminating at Bernie and being able to absorb the traffic from even without the stadium.
The concept is that Main Street or Bernie and Nanny and down through by St. Teresa's Church is catching a lot of traffic coming this way, so eventually some of us will be real gray-headed before this occurs, but eventually the concept would be that people from the north would turn off and not come through by St. Teresa's Church, but would go this way and tie into Highway 6. That's the concept that the city has approved. You have to understand that there are 4 railroad tracks behind Nalco that will have to be negotiated out of the way before that concept can go on across. I didn't mean to break in on you.
That's all right. That may have worked before a baseball stadium.
You got the man way back in the back.
John Davis, I live in Sugar Mill.
Yeah, if y'all couldn't hear, you got it. John Davis, you live in Sugar Mill.
In 2005, when Cherokee proposed this, it was called Bernie Bypass, and the university went and connected with Bernie. And there was not going to be allowed any right turns where University intersected Bernie. Therefore, not allowing any traffic to get on at Just Purple. And that's not true then. Now it's going to be a straight-on intersection, which all the traffic is going to go through Just Purple, through our neighborhood. To get to the business park and to get to 59, and there's always traffic going that direction.
I know there are people taking notes, and at least one city council member, I know Diana said that her husband's videoing, so that would be a change that I'm not aware of in the city council. I'm looking at 2 of them, and they're going like this. So, but I know it's still. I thought was still a.
I've got pictures that were straight on the website.
Roundabout, and that came from the city.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I live in Brookside, which is between Hall Lake and Belton. And I just want to be clear to everybody here that right now the Johnson plan that was rejected has Brook Street continuing over the railroad tracks, through the railroad tracks. I confused somebody that thought I was doing an overpass. I'm not. Into what they're calling the refinery district. The refinery district means the Char House will become an office building as they have it planned in the plan that was rejected. Across from the Char House, which is across from the new part of Brooks, is a multi-story parking garage. Behind that parking garage is planned a hotel and convention center. And in that area, originally 650 apartments. I read somewhere from one of the emails that Johnson has talked about now reducing that to about 300 in our section. That is also going to be the area where they have theater, entertainment venues, I'm assuming a restaurant or 2, but I don't know for sure. That is a lot of activity going on and feeding right back out into Brook Street. So my suggestion was, if we end up with that being the only way they can design that area, that we either close off the north side of Brooks completely so that those people, and then people on Main Street aren't going to like that, and neither are the people on Fulbridge probably. But we simply cannot have at the end of an event everybody pouring out of a parking garage or a business building or after the theater, everybody crossing the railroad tracks and coming to Brooks to get to Highway 6. And so my thought was, if we can't close it off, can we make it only a left turn, only a right turn on the Highway 90? No straight traffic into Brooks. Just some thoughts. I've also got a friend here who has reminded me that there are many apartments that are not considered Sugarland, if I'm not mistaken. They're right across from Kentner High School. And they are high-density apartments, and there are many of them. So when people they're not counted when the city tells you what our percentage of apartments are. So keep that in mind when you feel sorry for people who might need apartments. We have lots of them.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Barbara Carlson, and I live in Venetian Estates. You know, I feel like we're voting on the health care bill. How is this stuff coming? And Jackie, I have enormous respect for you. I think you're one of the brightest people on city council ever. Why don't you get a mic? How? Oh, can I just say? Oh. Sorry, Barbara Carlson, Venetian Estates, and Jackie, I think you're a phenomenal, phenomenal person. I feel like this is the health care bill. Why is City Council going through, I mean, are we in Washington? Why is City Council going forward with something when they don't have absolutely solid evidence of where the apartments are going?
They're not. They're rejected.
Right. But they haven't seen the exact plans, and they haven't seen exactly where the apartments are because the contractor hasn't gotten them back to them. We should know exactly what's happening. If every one of us in this room said we're submitting something to City Council, and then after the fact says, oh, by the way, I think I changed my mind, I'm going to do something else, that's not fair to our neighbors. What you submit should be by code, should be by ordinance, and respect all the people in here. And I was talking to somebody yesterday and the day before, and they said, you're in Venetian, there's a lot of people who have huge dollars investments. There's a lot of retired people, but my heart doesn't go out to just people who have huge investments. There's people who have little houses, and those are big investments. And yeah, the developer has to make his money. So do all these retired people that are living on nothing, and their retirements are absolutely nothing right now. And you're taking enormous monies from these people to devalue their homes because the builder has to make money. That's not good enough out here for everybody. We value where we live. We like our low crime.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Vicki Haysom. I just wanted to ask,
All right.
from Shirley Bell, was Johnson Development, did they choose not to come, or were they asked not to come, and why were they not here? We all came because we wanted them to be here.
The question is, did Johnson choose not to come, or were they asked not to come, or they dummies, or I don't know. I think that the process though is that we're getting some information. Their video, Mr. Miller's videoing, and Don Smithers is writing. I know some more people are writing notes. Yes, ma'am. You're in.
Hi, my name is Jamie Gonzalez, and I live in Mayfield Park. I've been there before I got married, and I'm 55 years old now. I want to know what's going to happen. Nobody has said, we've talked about Main Street and Brook Street and Highway 90 and Highway 6. What's going to happen to where you go into Ulrich? You know, that's the only way we can get into our neighborhood. Ulrich, Napo's there, we have the big trucks, and we have to wait an hour by the time we get into that little crossway to get into my street. And then we've got people going in there. I got offered $30,000 for my house. That's it. To get out of my house. We got people going into our neighborhood every day and taking pictures and getting offered $30,000. I want to know what's going to happen to my neighborhood and my neighbors when the convention and the movie theater and all this gets in there. What's going to happen to my little neighborhood?
And Jane, you and Wally, I'll pick on you and Lolly because y'all have been to many meetings. Okay, Jane, if you and Lolly will make sure that you're a part of this group, because you've got specific issue right there. Nobody can answer your question. If the Johnson person was here, they could. It needs to be an ongoing meeting with them numerous times.